everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Mariana and in today's video I am taking you through all of my 2021 favorite reads. As the year is coming to an end, I have written down ideas for a lot of videos to wrap up my reading journey, and if I could choose one word to describe this year, I would say moody. When I originally made this list a month ago of my favorite books, I was a lot more inclusive. I added some books, but now I'm in a different mood, and so I deleted those books, and now the list looks a little bit different. So my favorites of 2021 change as we go, as I enter into different reading moods and into different phases of my life. What I count as my favorite reads are not necessarily the 5-star reads. I count based on enjoyment, but also how much that book sticks with you. So on this list will also be 3- and 4-star reads and 5-star reads, and I will not be including every single 5-star read. And to add another thing, there will be no rereads. These are just fresh 2021 reads. Without further ado, let's just get started with the list. The first book that I don't have with me but I have given or lent to a friend is Star-Crossed by Josephine Angelini. Oh my goodness, when I talk about Star-Crossed, I talk about the entire trilogy. That series has my heart. It is one of the most enjoyable reads of 2021. I missed getting so engrossed in a book, just falling into the story and loving it with all my heart. The book is inspired by Greek mythology. You have demigods and you have a curse and you have prophecy. There is so much more to this story and it's so fun. If you like Jennifer L. Armentrout's books, but more specifically the Luck series, the Covenant series, I would recommend the Star-Crossed trilogy. Yeah, there is a plot twist in the first book that is questionable, but it's all good fun. I loved the story of the second book. Moving on, we have In 27 Days. Again, this is a book that I have let my friend borrow, so I don't have it with me. Let me just move you a little bit due to the lighting. But In 27 Days is such a good book. It was originally written on Wattpad and then it was published, and everybody kept saying over the years to me, pick it up, just pick this book up, okay? You need to read it. And usually I don't give into that hype that much. This book is about a girl whose classmate commits suicide, and so she goes to his funeral and she meets Death there, and Death offers her a deal. She can go back in time to the point when he decided that he wanted to commit suicide, and from the point when he decided to when he committed suicide, she needs to change his mind before he actually goes through with it. This book, it made me fall in love with reading all over again. It's one of my favorite 2021 reads, and it is a clear 5-star read. If I could choose just one favorite book of 2021, I think I would go with this one. It's phenomenal. Moving on to the next book. The reason behind this book being my favorite read of 2021 is that this book got me through a lot. Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I was going through my summer TBR and I filmed a video for it. Out of all the books on that TBR, this one I was looking forward to least. I did not want to read this book. I had a huge hesitation towards it. My sister loved the Red Queen, but she said the first book is the best and then the others are like meh. It's basically this world divided by blood, red and silver. So the silvers are kind of like royalty, they have special powers, and reds don't have special powers and they're used basically as soldiers or just like workforce. And then there's this girl Mare who accidentally finds out that she has powers, but she's supposed to be a red. She's supposed to not have powers. She is supposed to be normal, commoner, you know. And when the silvers find out, they have to disguise her as a silver because they don't want the reds to think that they have powers and that there are people among them who are on their level, and they don't want an uprising. After my summer TBR, I think I went through like 2 different TBRs, and one of them was like thriller, historical fiction inspired. I picked up The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Not gonna lie, I bought it for the hype. I didn't think that I would actually ever get to it, but somehow this year I decided I'm gonna go through my physical TBR, and I stuck to that. I actually have just a small percentage of what used to be my TBR left. I am almost done with my physical TBR, and I'm really proud of myself for picking this one up as well, even though it was really intimidating and normally not my cup of tea. This book is a 5-star read for me, absolutely one of my favorite books. I think I need to reread it again because I did forget a few things on this list, not because it was a 5-star read. The entire trilogy was a 4-star read, and I'm talking about The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, but I would specifically like to mention The Wicked King. This book is so much fun. This is my favorite book in the series, but again, all of the books in this trilogy are a 4-star read, nothing more, nothing less, but this has to be my favorite one because of just how absolutely shocking the ending is. And I love the chemistry between Jude and Cardan, and even though this trilogy isn't romance heavy, and I think that the book community heavily mismarketed this book as a romance, where it should have been just more like political. Anyway, as I was saying, I like this book most because it represented Jude and Cardan the most, and their chemistry, and I like the chase, not once the romance is established. So that's why I think this is the most interesting book out of the 3. Next up, we have Soundless by Rochelle Mead. Soundless is a 3-star read, and even though it was a 3-star read for me, I think what stuck with me most is how beautiful the world was and how I imagined it. The colors are vivid. The way this book is written is just a little bit different. Yeah, it really stuck with me. Up next is Marie Lou's The Young Elites. Okay, basically there's this plague that goes around the town, and or like the world, and our main character Alina, she ends up contracting it, and with this plague they are called malfetos. Some of them even have special powers, and Alina is actually one of them. She's a morally great character, which is what I absolutely loved about her. But one thing that also drew me to this book is the world and the setting, and how the next books are gonna evolve. I want to read on just to figure out where this goes, because so far with the first book it's very interesting. However, I think I rated this book 3.75 because 1, it wasn't that heavy on romance, and 2, I didn't like the plot twist towards the end. But this is one book where I think I'm gonna love the entire trilogy if I just continue reading, which I will. It has a lot of potential, and Marie Lu as a writer again is phenomenal. I did read the Legend series. I mean, I only read Legend twice, and then I tried reading Prodigy twice, which was a miss, but I think this is more up my alley. And moving on, we have Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. Okay, if you've been following my channel, or if you've been subscribed for a while, I did read Wicked Fox in September, I think, or October. No, I think it was, I don't know. While this was a 3-star read for me, again, this book is on this list because it made an impact on me and how I felt. This book is a perfect gloomy read. If you want to read it during fall, I would highly recommend this. It is a paranormal book, and I love the mythology in this one. I like the world. I wanted to put this book on this list because I just think that it stuck with me, and whenever I look at this book, I just think, oh wow, this is such a good book, but I wish that I had read it at a different time. So I think it still deserves to be on this list, even if the timing was a little bit off. Okay, and the last book we have is Kiss the Fae by Natalia Jaster. I don't even know how to show you. You see, I managed to do that to the cover, and I'm mad at myself. But Kiss the Fae is on this list because 1, it's been a pretty recent read, and 2, the world, the setting, oh gosh. Okay, I'm excited for the next book. That's why this book is on this list. I think it was a 3.75 star read in the end. The writing is a little bit dense. It's a lot. However, I really like it. I like that every book in this trilogy is gonna focus on one sister, and we have 3 sisters who trespass onto Fey lands, and once they trespass, they basically are at the whims of the Fae. So we have 3 Fae lords. One is in charge of the sky, one is in charge of the rivers or riverlands or whatever, and one is in charge of the woodlands. In this book we follow Lark, who is taken by the Sky Lord, Lord of the Sky. Then in the second book I think we follow Juniper, who is going to the woodlands, and in the third book we follow Cove, who is going to the rivers and stuff. And that is a concept that I absolutely love. I really like that. And the world itself, the magic, I think it's if you're looking for a book that is about a quest and is about survival, I guess, and puzzles, this is the perfect book for you. Because in this book, like I said, Lark has to basically survive because she's taken by the Sky Lord. Each sister has a different dedicated amount of time. Lark has, I think, 13 days to finish this quest. So her quest is to survive this labyrinth, this maze of trials and tribulations. You have a lot of like these landscapes that she has to survive, and she has to get to the highest peak of the mountain, like the highest mountain. And if she reaches the peak of the mountain before the 13 days are over, she wins. But here's the catch: if she fails, both of her sisters will die, because, or if one of her sisters fail, they will all die, because they either all win or none of them do. Really fun, really fun. And that concludes the list of my favorite 2021 books. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this isn't a list of rereads, but just wanted to share with you guys what I really found were some of the funnest reads, or the reads that really stuck with me. Even if I didn't enjoy them at the time, these are some of the books that I look fondly back on today. So yeah, if you guys like this video, please consider subscribing and, you know, click the notification bell and like the video, comment down below your favorite books, and I'll see you next time. I have to go film other videos because I want to keep you fed for Christmas. Okay, I'm gonna go. Bye!